Alright guys, it's Jahlon with the Paradox Gaming Network, and today I'm going to be doing an Ashes of Creation video with a little bit different of a spin. I'm going to be doing a video called The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. This is really constructive feedback from the community, from the people I talk to, hopefully shared up to Steven, and then hopefully some of the things, if you guys have the same concerns that as the people I've been talking to, this video will help alleviate some of them, and then let you know that not everybody is just doing like rah-rah hype videos, that there is serious dialogue taking place. Before I start that, I need to lay out a couple of facts. The first fact is that I did join the Ashes of Creation community on 6 December 2016. I was on the forums, I was watching the development, so I'm coming up on just about my 2-year mark here pretty soon. I made my first Ashes of Creation video on 13 October 2017. It's just popped at the top of the screen. If you want to go back and watch the start of that, I do talk about why I was hesitant to start hyping a new game. I did get made an official content creator on 21 April 2018 for this video. I thought it was important to make sure I put that out there. That's why you see that icon there. It was on my front cover. So it'll be the only time I put that out there, because I work for you guys first and foremost. I'm partnered with Intrepid through the creator program, but I am always first and foremost working for you guys in the stuff you talk to me about. Before anybody asks, I am going to put a fact out that I made 14 videos before I became an official content creator. I've made 25 since, so that's a pretty significant differential. The reason why is I stopped playing Arcade in April, right around this time that I got made an official creator. So my videos, my Arcade 101 series went away. I had extra time to be making Ashes 101 videos. That's where the differential comes in. Now, why did I have to say that? Because right now in the community, there is a very small segment of the population that is running around calling the official content creators shills. So I want to go ahead and address that right away. And a lot of people don't even know what a shill is. A shill is an accomplice of a hawker, gambler, or swindler. It is a person who acts as an enthusiastic customer to entice or encourage others. Now, none of the official content creators can be shills, and here's why. That would make Steven a hawker, a gambler, or a swindler, and I don't think he's any of those things. And me specifically, it says who acts as an enthusiastic customer. You guys know if I'm acting a certain way, it's genuine and authentic. People say I act like I don't give a fuck. Motherfuckers, I'm not acting. I don't act. I don't do this for money. I will publicly disclose, I am one of the few content creators that I've seen do this. I will publicly disclose that I have 199 referrals. One more, I get a set of steak knives. Just kidding, there's no steak knives. I like my own personal thing. I like to draw people to the game. The 755 visits is what's important to me. I really want to try to get that to 2,000 before launch. It means I will have publicized the game to 2,000 people. I do have $435 in unpaid earnings, because I do get 15% of anything that you buy if you use my referral link. For me, I'll tell you what I do with that money in just a second. So I'm going to put this out there right now. My link does benefit me. You guys just saw, I showed you there's money in the bank with Jahlon's name on it. It also benefits you if you use it. If you use my link, it benefits you as well, because I give back all my money to my community. All my money from YouTube ads, Twitch donations, this program, I give that back to my community in Apex for Arcade. It'll be sub time for Ashes of Creation. I do Steam gift cards. So, you know, if you haven't registered yet, use my link. It helps me, it helps you, it helps my community. You can also make your own referral link. Anyone can. Somehow this rumor got started that only the official content creators could make referral links. That's not true. Make your own referral link, publicize the game, maybe be able to play for free, or do your own giveaways like I do. I will say that being a member of the official content creator does not influence my opinion. I offer insights into Intrepid Studios, Ashes of Creation, Steven, because he is the figurehead. And I'm going to say this, I don't know where this rumor came from. I've not been hit with a ban hammer, because I know how to do things respectfully. If I have an issue, I PM Steven, and I say, Steven, I have this issue. Here's some data. I never go to him and be like, this sucks. I try to advocate to you guys. Don't just be part of the problem and identify problems, bring a solution. I'm sure it would be great if he would sometimes nod and say, yeah, Jahlon does this. I bring him a potential problem, I bring him a solution, or I bring him as many facts as I can. If he asks for more, I give him. So despite the rumors, Intrepid does not ban the voices of dissension. There's a campaign a person has launched they're trying to say that you're not allowed to talk negative about Intrepid. You're allowed to have a negative opinion, just have facts and figures and backup. With all that said, I wanted to lay out that groundwork. Communication. I didn't know how I was going to grade Intrepid. I'm a former teacher, so I thought, oh, I'm going to do this report card. And I started doing this report card storyboard, and it was not really working. And then I thought, man, how am I going to... And then I was like, dude, you were military for so long. You guys got a 6-month and yearly feedback form. So I looked at it, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to talk about a couple of things that really encompasses what people's problems are. And the first is communication. But we always like to start with the good, right? Let's talk about the Discord interaction. The leaks and previews are awesome, so thank you to Steven for those. Last night is a classic example. Steven just pops on randomly at 10:30 Pacific time. He's like, psst, you guys want to see the darker image of this month's cosmetic for the pet? Yeah. So we got to see that. That's awesome. We get like little leaks, little bits and pieces. It keeps it interesting. It's also interaction with the community on a personal level. Yeah, a lot of people at Steven, like, I'm going to call it what it is. They at Steven with bullshit. And that gets tiresome for a guy. He once mentioned that his PMs, he's got like 6,000 of them. A lot of people are PMing him questions that the community will answer for you. People receive Bacon very well. It's always great when Bacon drops in. Everybody loves him. They're literally sad when they've just missed him. They'll like log on and they'll be like, damn, Bacon was just here. And they get mad. We get Bacon leaks, but they're only Bacon confirmed. The PAX roadmap. Talk about communication back at PAX. It was really great to see the future spelled out with a lot of detail. And if you guys don't remember them, they're these two slides. Now, of course, people got them. And a lot of this has changed in the last 24 hours. I'll talk about that in just a second. But it was nice to see a roadmap. So that's nice, clear, concise communication. Also, the reception to the community concerns, and this is going to appear a couple of times in couple of different places in the video. Yesterday's stream was targeted to the Alpha 1 Phase 1 Battle Royale concerns. They did show 12 minutes of the MMORPG footage. They've now bundled Battle Royale, Castle testing, Castle Siege testing, and Horde mode testing into a named testing phase. It's called Ashes of Creation Apocalypse. Up there at the top is a link to my video from yesterday. Breaks that down a little bit better about why they did those things. I'm going to do a good-bad split here. Good, the content creator program being established. It is very good when you have an official content creator program. Sometimes we are an outlet for Steven. We get information. We disseminate it to our various audiences. It's one less thing he has to do. I'm going to show you guys all the things he's doing at the end of the video. Currently at 58 official content creators. Some really big. They cast a big net and they bring people in. Some really small. They work with very unique, very niche topics. We have an additional 25 content creators who are without their official stamp. Really, guys, if you like Ashes of Creation, I highly encourage you to like, follow, view, review, promote all the other small Ashes of Creation content creators. These guys need to get to 1,000 followers on YouTube in order to be able to be partnered. So that's important for them. It's really that motivation. It's that carrot they need. Plus, you want the people who are making good content to have those numbers so their stuff moves to the top in the searches. You don't want some of the other people I'm about to talk about. Good content creators are good information sharing sources. We have great wikis. We have a lot of different good content creators. Interesting speculations. Zilch, good guy. Great speculation on crafting. Hype. It is really good for big name streamers, big name content creators to be making the hype train, fill it up, drive it in to the Discord, get people on the forums, get people involved. 700,000 registered accounts. It was 500,000 just 2 months ago. So really good to see that. Here's the bad part. A lot of misinformation. And this I use this icon ironically. Why you spread disinfo. I think some people are just trying to pass off their speculations as facts. I challenge all the viewers of the different content creators. If something doesn't seem right, challenge them on it, call them out on it, be like, hey, can I see your citation? Because we don't need bad information. And you can do that to me. I will even share with you upon request. I have a Google Doc that's just all of the stuff I answer constantly. The worst part is that we do have some people that are doing lip service for personal gain. All they are doing is hyping it up. They're presenting whatever they can get. They're presenting it. They're not doing retractions when they make mistakes. They're just putting comments. Unfortunately, about 30% of viewers are viewing through YouTube on a mobile device, and they're not going to see the comments. But there's nothing you can do. We just have to blend the fact that they're doing it for hype reasons, but they're hyping themselves. It's what we got to live with. Support tickets. This is the bad. Okay, this is the bad part of the communication. I'm going to acknowledge that there is a limited support staff. They only have so many employees right now. Those employees, most of them are busy working on the game. But that doesn't excuse the fact that the turn time is too high. Access issues specifically need to get resolved quicker, and that is from a lot of members of the community. I feel really bad when I'm playing and my friends that have legitimate, claim to saying that they should be in the alpha, they haven't gotten their stuff fixed. It makes me feel bad as a player. I miss my friends. I am going to say, with that stuff said, I don't want to be at all negative. Sam is absolutely amazing. She's awesome. She's meticulous. I've had to interact with her on a couple of things. I was having a major issue with my email address. It wasn't even letting me see the mail as spam. She got me taken care of. We've done some research on some other things. Sam is awesome. The community is at fault a little bit here because people put in tickets on stuff that's explained elsewhere. And although it's really easy for Intrepid to copy pasta and answer into them, those tickets still have to be resolved. So you got 5 dumb tickets ahead of a really serious one. The 5 dumb tickets are going to get answered first. It's like first in, first out. The other bad stuff, Nodes 3. We know you're working on it. You said it yesterday. It's become a living meme. And the sad part is you guys even kind of memed it yourselves. Memes from the Halloween contest. All we're asking for is an ETA. Which quarter of 2019 are we going to get it? I'm going to talk about SMART goals in a second here, which I think, being a logistician, I think would help the community a bit. Same thing with class blogs. You reconfirmed them yesterday. You said they're coming with the new webpage. When is that? Now I'm going to call this the painted ugly. This is the ugly. Alpha 1 Phase 1 stress testing. Originally, there was no Alpha 1 Phase 1. Alpha 1 was supposed to begin the quarter 4 2018. Everyone kind of thought this was going to be the MMORPG testing. The testing itself got moved up to the 3rd week of September. We're well past that. Now, what precisely is going on? Now, this was a question, and there were some other things underneath it, which is why it's called the painted ugly. I got information to repaint this in with. Ashes of Creation Apocalypse was announced yesterday. No sooner than 2 weeks, not expected to be longer than 4 weeks. It should be open to everybody. There's a few things that need to be in place still. Regional servers, regional support, things of that nature. Clarity of communication. Words matter. This is a good and ugly. You can see at the top, there's a forum or a Discord post from the 1st of September. Below that is a forum post from the 4th of September. I'm going to key you in on the parts though. On Discord, all alpha testers before the end of September. The forums, all Alpha 1 backers at the end of September. Now, I put this on the community because they're arguing back and forth. This is very linear. 1 September, here was one answer. 4 September, here's a clarified answer. The problem with that is they weren't on the same media. So you got Discord users who don't visit the forums. You've got forum users that don't visit the Discord. And they're going back and forth about who's right. All right, to get off that, let's talk about making MMOs great again. I want to, because this is really his vision. This is Steven's vision. So let's talk about that. Alpha 0. Accomplished very quickly. It was a functional proof of concept. It proved that you could put what you said you wanted to deliver into the hands of the players. We got it really quickly. I played it. It was good. I'm going to say this. It was what I expected Alpha 0 to be. They shuffled the Alpha 1 schedule. It was a great response to the community saying the engine was wrong. You can't do the combat. You can't. They shuffled it around. They created a well laid out 3-stage plan for testing action combat in the Battle Royale mode, PvP in the Castle Siege mode, and PvE mob monster intelligence in the Horde mode. The 31st October stream was absolutely brilliant. They showed us the action skills in the MMORPG setting. We saw the weather functioning. It was the first time we saw that, including a weather event where the spider got flooded out of his cave, and I never need to see a spider that big again. Thanks. We saw the lighting being worked on, and now I'm going to talk about that double-edged sword of transparent development. It was an ugly baby. The lighting wasn't working as well as you would have thought with what they were describing. You're seeing one thing. They're describing what it should look like, but that's okay. It's a work in progress. I would rather see the sausage be made so I know what's in it, and I'm going to be able to sit down at the table and eat it just fine. If you guys cannot handle seeing a work in progress without going immediately overly critical negative, then just wait at the table till the sausage comes out. That's all I have to say. Now I'm going to talk about the bad. Things are always soon. Forum updates, soon. Webpage updates, soon. Nodes 3, soon. As a logistician, as a continuous process improvement specialist, as a Lean Six Sigma specialist, I just wish, and I hope, Steven, if you're watching, I want you guys to use SMART goals. Specific, measurable, achievable, results-focused, and timely. So what do I mean by that? Here's an example. Instead of the forums will be updated soon, no later than 30 April 2019, the forums will no longer be vanilla-based, all threads will be moved, and no icons will be missing. Specific, very specific. Is it measurable? Yes, we have a date and the intended results. Is it achievable? It should be. Is it results focused? 3 specific results. Is it timely? It's a 6-month window. I am one of those people that understands if you want it done right, you can't want it done fast. Unless you want to make it really expensive. They don't want to make it really expensive, and we want it done right. It's not necessarily going to be fast. And here's why I say that. We got a forum update message on August 14th. August 14th to November 1st is 57 days. If the account integration is taking time, just tell us. And I'm going to guess, but I don't have a citation, that that's what the holdup is. Because we got told that we're going to be getting cosmetics. I did that in yesterday's video. We're going to be getting cosmetics for participating in Apocalypse. So the account integration is the most important dog in that fight. But if you set an ETA on the forum and the webpage upgrade other than just soon, I think then we'll be able to put stuff on a timeline and be like, well, they said the forums. Yeah, not soon. Here's a date. It'd just be cool to see dates. Ugly. This was the ugly one, and this one hurts. I don't like saying this. I did get a quote that said, someone loathes that Steven is falling into the every other MMO developer trap. Unfortunately, it does seem like we've fallen off the successful methodology we used in December of 2017. Back then, we knew exactly what was going on with the keys daily. Right now, we have people who should have access that don't. And those people are getting upset because their tickets aren't getting answered. And I know, like we already talked about, there's reasons, but access, ticket delays, lack of communication, these are all things players that resent and why they're so stoked about Ashes. So I'm hoping that if not a fix to the solution, maybe just an acknowledgement of the problem, or an acknowledgement of the problem and, hey, on the next weekend, like tomorrow, if you're one of the people who should have access, we're going to have staff members, we're going to open a channel. Hey, if you need to say, I need access, boom, just grab them. I know ticket system would be better, but those people might feel good about themselves if they've missed like 2 weekends to get some individual attention. The last thing is good and ugly. The development roadmap is skeptical compared to peers. And I say that because if there's ever a peer out there that is doing it just a little bit better, then they become like the benchmark, and you have to ask, why aren't you doing it like this? I 100% believe after yesterday's live stream that we're still on target for a before 2020 launch. But on September 4th, the statement was, our goal for all Alpha 1 backers is the end of September. I will have a more definitive date after the first few rounds of testing, but we never really got a definitive date. It was kind of like just cha-cha slide right. I'm okay with that. I'm flexible. I'm semper Gumby. Not everybody is. This is an example of the development roadmap for Fractured. They have it laid out like by quarter, what's what. Now, I know a lot of people, the reason why this is good ugly is this is our layout right now. And we have the next several months laid out. We also know that needs maybe a little bit more transparency. But we got told yesterday, don't expect Beta 1 and Beta 2 to be months long. A lot of people were thinking wrongfully that betas are 6 months long because that's what they see with like the Arcade import, Blade and Soul, Revelation Online. This isn't an import game. There are actual criteria for when your game is in alpha and when your game is in beta. If you guys want to talk more about that, if you'd like to know what those standards are, just leave me a comment below. We can talk about like industry standard definitions and not, oh, well, what I experienced was, well, Asian import games are not alphas and betas. Sincerity. And I didn't put anything on the slide as a cute graphic because that would be non-sincere. I don't have any reason to doubt Steven's sincerity. I know people still do, and that's just, you're just like the negative detractor of the community. Stop that. Back with the PAX West packages, and I've linked a video that I did on this subject. Within 14 minutes of there being a fiasco on the forums, Steven jumped in and said, I'm going to take care of you. He went a step further and said, because it took so long for me to take care of you, you guys can keep your PAX cosmetics. And that is awesome because there's only a few of us that have those cosmetics. And it's going to be like a really unique thing. It's going to be like an interactive, MMO. Hey, how'd you get that? Oh, well, here's a story. Next up, I'm going to talk to cosmetics. Steven is really excited about the artwork for his game, and I love to see it. I love to see the excitement in the creative director's eyes. He listened to the concerns over Stufferton, and Stufferton, it wasn't really well received. I personally hated it. I have a message. I've posted it a bunch of times. Steven says, Jahlon, you're going to love the berry. Won't be too cartoony. All right, I'll believe you. He listened to the concerns over the February cosmetics. People were upset about this building, and they're like, oh, man, it's like the Arcade Candy House. This is a sweets store. It's not a house made out of candy. The stupid bear is looking at the cupcake. But he listened, and he got, I'm going to say, a little gun-shy about some of the cosmetics. And October's cosmetics weren't Halloween. But we asked for darker, and we got darker. There's two other ones that you can see. But yeah, man, we got darker. And I'm in heaven. I know Kuro, the Necromancer fanatic, she's happy. This is absolutely unbelievable. I am glad they went this way. Now, what I need from you guys is, if these are great, please put a comment below that says, yes, the cosmetics are great. If these are too dark, say these are too dark. If these aren't dark enough, say these aren't dark enough. I'm trying to gather some data so maybe I can, show Steven that people like it, and then I can be like, hey, Christmas stuff. Because I really want Christmas stuff. Bad. The ever-shifting NDA date. NDA was supposed to be lifted for a little bit in Alpha 0 back in February. That never happened. The NDA kept being next week or soon in September. Now, shifting the release date or the removal date for the NDA is fine. I get it. There were reasons. Big one. The Griffin wasn't textured. It did look kind of silly. And you don't want your first impression to be a bad first impression. All I'm going to say is it does emulate those other developers that keep kicking their NDA. I would much rather see, hey guys, we're going to put the NDA here. And when we get to the quality level, we'll take it off, or it'll be off by this date. I just like to see that. I'd like to see a further out date and then get surprised rather than, all right, tell my viewers, all right, guys, next week. All right, guys, next week. All right, guys, next week. People think the MMORPG was abandoned, and this is a big thing. This is good and ugly. There is official Alpha 0 footage out there, so there's not much more Steven can do than have played the Alpha 0. It was play tested by 2,500 people. He took the NDA, the verbal talk about NDA off of us. The MMORPG is the flagship product. He can only say that so many times. People are wary, and that's okay. That's why this video was made. Wary people are potential customers. That's why it's good and it's ugly. It's ugly because people think that. It's good because of how they're responding, especially with yesterday's footage. Hopefully made people less wary. Alpha Zero versus Battle Royale footage. Unfortunately, Alpha Zero footage would have helped to calm down those fears, but there are no second chances. Creators don't have access to footage to use because we were told not to keep any. The most recent stream does show that MMORPG gameplay. There is a 12-minute segment. My video from yesterday has it, or you can get it from the Twitch. You can get it from anywhere. Now, I know a lot of times it seems like Steven's got a ton of things going on, because Steven has a ton of things going on. He's trying to onboard 100 employees before the end of the year. Now, realize he wants to find 100 employees with a particular skill set that also share the culture and the vision of Intrepid Studios. Let's say in an ideal world that every interview only takes an hour. And let's say that he only has to interview one person for every position. That's still 100 hours of interviewing time. That's 2.5 weeks of full-time interviewing. Now add on to that if there is 5 candidates for a job. Now I'm sure he's not doing every interview personally, although it wouldn't surprise me if he is, but he still is involved in that process. He's involved in the international publishers process, finding an Oceanic or Southeast Asia publisher. When he was at Gamescom, which is a trade show appearance, he also went and dealt with a publisher problem that the community said, "We're angry at you." And he's like, "All right, I'm sorry. Let me go talk to the publisher and get some definitives." He's working on the new studio build out and move in. If you guys know anything about construction, just being the guy in charge of a project, it's taxing. And then he's dealing with numerous frivolous complaints, and the 1% of the population. It's like our community is so glorious that we don't have a lot of bad apples, but the bad apples that we have are like just rotten to the core, and it's like being a teacher again. And I see it, and I feel for Steven. When you're a teacher, 10% of your students cause 90% of your problems. Well, in this community, 1% of our population is causing like 99% of our problems, and it is a distractor for him. On top of that, he's also the creative director. He's involved with class design, mechanics, and systems. He approves art assets. If you guys remember the conversation from Gamescom, he's in the middle of talking to us on Discord, and somebody came in and talked to him about art assets, and he literally, I loved it. He was on Discord. He's like, stop. He's like, all right, we need to do this, this, and this, and get those over to that, and Jeff will approve the rest because I'm on Discord. I was like, bravo. He's worried about current and future testing. Trust me, guys, he wants Alpha 1 phase, or he wants Ashes of Creation, Apocalypse, Battle Royale mode. He wants it smooth and running 24/7. It'll make us happy. We'll get off his ass and he can work on other things. He's not keeping it under his hat. He wants it out there. Steven's also one of the 2 people radically involved in the lore. It is his world. It is his baby. So now here's what I want to show you. You got the CEO of a new game studio. You got the creative director of a new MMO. And then we magic it all together and look at this guy's life. So that's why sometimes it seems Steven's overwhelmed. Steven's overwhelmed. You guys heard from PAX. These guys all problem solve together. If one person has to fill in a hole, a lot of people will come in and jump in and fill in holes. Steven's probably out there doing stuff, filling in holes. I respect him for that. So to just sum this up, guys, the positives. We love the open communication. Outstanding response to the combat concerns. Great for assurances. When you say something, we're assured that it's going to happen. There is no doubt in how genuine you are or how sincere you are. Thumbs up, man. And the fact that you are so receptive to feedback is like just, genuinely refreshing. Some requests. More solid fact info. Basically done via smart deadlines and smart goals. Could we get maybe a statement on the support tickets, at least to the people who have them pending for access? Question mark. Maybe get a webpage and forum ETA, not soon. I'm not even going to bust your chops about Nodes 3. And then a more solid roadmap. I have put this in red. A lot of people have asked about it. That's why it's in the video, but I put it in red because I think today's video solidified up the roadmap as much as we can expect you to do. So it's still on the requests. But thank you for what you filled in with yesterday's video. And that's it, guys. I wanted to do this video because a lot of people are like, all the official content creators are X, Y, and Z. Man, you saw, I talked about the good and the bad and the ugly, and I didn't have to go negative. So if you guys have concerns and you don't want to bring them to the community, bring them to me. But all I ask is that you bring an informed concern. This sucks. I'm going to be like, yep, it does. This sucks because, oh, well, now we can talk. That's a dialogue. If you guys want to talk more to me direct, I'm Jahlon, #8446. Join my Discord if you want to, you know, be on the down low, talk about stuff. If you need a link to the Ashes Discord, I can get you one. Join me when I stream. I love when people come in. Ashes is like the primary topic no matter what game I'm playing. Check out my Patreon site if you just want a quick way to get everything I'm doing. And big, huge thanks to my sponsors, Luna, Chaos, and Mori. I've been giving away a lot of gift cards lately. Without generous donors, I couldn't do this. So you guys are awesome. Anyway, guys, I am out. I want to get this out to you. I want to have it queued up, ready to go. And then I'm going to have another video coming out for the weekend. So it's like 1, 2, 3, hat trick this week. Take care. Hey, where are you going? You're not done yet. See these videos? There's videos up here to watch. You got to go over here. Hit the chibi. Subscribe to the channel. Check out the webpage. And I'll see you guys on Twitch.